I promise you, if I don't start this video now, this video is not gonna get done. This book will always have a amazing, just special place in my heart. I feel like Liam was done so freaking dirty at the end of this book. So I feel like that just described a cheesy Hallmark movie in a book. Eee, that sounds so good. This book is messy. The two main characters are toxic.
God, you call me by my name. The love you give me, I just can't deny. Yeah. No longer blinded, I can see you.
Hi my loves, it's Jasmine. Welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you are new, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Jasmine, and on this channel we talk all about faith in Jesus Christ, books, and so much more. So what are you waiting for? Come join the fam. We would absolutely love to have you. And today is a very exciting video. First of all, because I haven't seen your beautiful face in about, I want to say when this video goes up, it's probably going to be about 3 weeks. And that's just because I have not been reading. I haven't been reading. I have been in a terrible anime addiction recently. I am in love with One Piece right now. So good. Literally, like, One Piece has my heart right now, and reading has been on the sidelines a little bit, honestly. But today we are doing my fall wrap up and my winter TBR. So as I already said, I didn't read that much in the fall time. I read, I think, like 5 books. So we're gonna go over those books first. I'm gonna give you the ratings, and then we're gonna get into my winter TBR. I'm gonna look on my phone as well. So the first book that I read in the fall season was The Fallback Plan by Melanie Jacobson. It was a good book. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a good book, but I honestly read it in September 28th of 2024. So I honestly don't remember that much of the book. I do know that there was a love and mystery and things like that, but I did give this 4 stars when I did read it. I think it was a really, really cute book. It had a very, very cute twist with the mystery that was intertwined in the book. I just wasn't expecting it, and I think it made the book a little bit more interesting, which I think is really cool. The next book I read was in a form of an audiobook, and that was If I Run by Terry Blackstock. You guys know I did a whole vlog about this already. I'll link it up in the cards up above if you haven't watched it. But this book was really, really good. It's a Christian mystery novel, which I have not read many of those. This was, I think, my first one that I read, and I thought it was really good. I cannot wait to read the other 2 books in the trilogy, and I gave this book 4 stars when I read it. I love the mystery aspect. I loved that the main character just couldn't trust the cops, and she was on the run, and all of these things. It was really, really good. And I'll link all of these books down below if you guys want to know more about the synopsis. I just don't feel like explaining right now, and it's not you guys, I'm sorry. Mwah. I love you guys so much, but I'll leave the link down below so you guys can look at these yourself as well. The next book that I read in the fall season was a physical copy, actually, and it was A Distant Shore by Karen Kingsbury. And this book was really, really good. I gave it 5 stars. I tabbed it up. It was really, really, really good. I loved the mafia aspect of the book. Or not mafia. Is it the mafia? Not the mafia. I'm sorry. I'm reading a book about the mafia right now, but this is a this is a drug lord, I think. Yeah, drug lord, a neighboring drug lord type of book. So yeah, so this has like FBI, mystery, and really it's a romantic suspense book, like a romantic suspense. It really doesn't have much to do about like the drug lord type thing. It's a little bit of it, but like not too much of it. So I liked it. This was a 5-star read for me. Go read it if you haven't. It's a really, really good book. The next book I read was Runaway Bride and Prejudice by Emma St. Clair. This is the 5th book in the Appy series. You guys know I love the Appy series. It is a clean romance book. There's no explicit content, so if you are into those type of books, it is a rom-com book. Really, really cute. I gave this book a 4-star rating. It was so good. It was really, really good. I loved seeing Van in this book and him having his own book in general, because we don't really get that many books with we get Van in the other novels, but for him to have his own romance, it's just so much better. I love Van so much, and I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna say this one more time because I'm pretty sure he was bald in the first book I read. I think it was with what's his name, Eli. I'm pretty sure he was a bald hockey player, but now he has like a head full of hair, and we love it. So, and he's just so quirky. I loved reading this book. It was really cute. The last book I read was Shatter Me by Tahada Mafi, and I read this book. This was a reread for me, and I read this book to give you guys my honest opinion as a Christian, and honestly, I gave this book a 5-star rating. If you guys have not seen that video, I also did a vlog on that as well. I will leave it in the link up above so you guys can go check it out. I love this book. This book will always have a amazing, just special place in my heart. I just don't know why, but I love Warner. I just can't get over him. I can't get over him. That's my baby right there. That's my baby. Whenever I think of a book that I want to read after not reading, this is the book that always comes to mind every single time. So I love it so much. Okay, so those are all the books that I read in the fall season. Now let's get into my winter TBR. So I have 3 physical books, and then the rest will be ebooks. So let's get the physical books out the way. All of these, unfortunately, are going to be rereads because I need to read these books in order to go to the next book in the series, because I am just not good at finishing series. I'm really, really bad at finishing series. So when I start one, I don't read it for like a year, and then I have to go back and read the first book. So the first book on my list is Unravel Me by Tahada Mafi. So this is the first book, Shatter Me. Now I'm going to reread Unravel Me so I can finish the rest of the books in the series. I think I have like 3 more books down there in the series that I need to read. So yes, this is the second book of the Shatter Me series. So I don't remember much of this book, but honestly, you guys don't need to know any of it if you guys haven't read this book. But I can't wait to read this. I think when I did read this the first time, I gave it a 5-star rating. We'll see if I give it a 5-star rating again. I don't know. We'll see. The next book on my list is Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Boussey. I don't know, Boussey. I'm gonna say Boussey because that sounds very, very fancy. And this is the first book in the Ravenwood saga. This is a Christian fantasy book. This was such a good book when I read it. I was so enthralled with the book. So I know I'm gonna love it. I honestly might read this on my Kindle, since I do believe the first book is on Kindle Unlimited. If you guys have Kindle Unlimited, go check this book out. It's a really, really good book. I loved it. I loved Damien. He was really, really cute in this book. So I just can't wait to read this book again. And the last physical book that I have is The Darkest Mine by Alexander Bracken. And I know this book is older. It's an older book now, but I have also read this book before, but I need to reread this book because I just went book shopping like a couple months back, honestly now, and one of my friends got me the next 2 books in the series. So I need to know what happens to Liam in the other 2 books. Like, if you guys have read this book, you guys know what happens to Liam in the end of this book, but I just need to know how he's going to be in the next book, the next 2 books. So hopefully I'll get to find out where Liam is at in his journey and all that stuff, because I feel like Liam was done so freaking dirty at the end of this book. I can't say any more than that. Okay, now we're gonna get into the ebooks, and not all of them. I have not read any of these books, so I wanted to throw some books in there that's kind of like a palate cleanser in between these books. So I won't be reading like a bunch of fantasy without a palate cleanser. So let's get into those. And I am not downloading any more KU books until I finish some of these books that I got for Stuff Your Kindle Day. If you guys have not seen my Stuff Your Kindle Day videos, I do have 2 of them. I probably will make that into a playlist for you guys since you guys enjoy those videos so much. But these books on my list are going to be from the clean romance Stuff Your Kindle that I did already, so I'll leave that one linked up above as well. But these are going to be some Christmas novels, which I don't think I've ever read a Christmas novel before, like ever. I'm just not a seasonal reader like that, so honestly it just never occurred to me to read a Christmas novel, but I do have a few now, so I'm gonna read those. And the first one on my list is Mary and Brett, and I'm just gonna read the back of the synopsis on the book. This is book 3 out of 5 books in the City Love series by Megan Bird. And I don't think you have to read these in order. I'm pretty sure they're like different storylines with each book, as most of these books are. But the overview says, can a spunky elf convert a real Grinch? Brett Jacobs hates Christmas, but the sight of Santa Claus brings up painful memories. However, he loves his mom, and will do anything for her, including getting a second job at the Arboretum's holiday light show to earn enough money to fix her car. Meredith Larson loves Christmas and is thrilled it's November again. Winter Lights is almost here. She's still working out what to do with the rest of her life after earning her MBA, struggling to reconcile her dreams with her desire to make her family happy. When she hires a new guy to work during the holidays, Meredith's determined to transform his bah humbug attitude about Christmas. Maybe infusing a little Christmas spirit into Brett's life will help her figure out her own. So yes, this is gonna be a grumpy sunshine book. I can't wait to read it. So you know, I love like those Hallmark movies, like those cheesy Christmas Hallmark movies. So I feel like that just described a cheesy Hallmark movie in a book. So I honestly can't wait to read that one. The next book on my list is called Snowflakes and Sparks. This is a feel-good Christian romantic comedy. This is the first book in the Old Pine Cove series, and there's 3 books in the series right now, if you guys wanted to know. And the overview says, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. My new neighbor is the gorgeous guy I shared my first kiss with 10 years ago, right before I broke his heart. If your boss ever asks you to run a bookstore in a charming small town, you have the option to say heck no. I wish I'd realized this earlier, but it's too late for me now. I've already arrived in Old Pine Cove, the one place on earth I swore I'd never return to. Thank goodness it's only for the holidays. Don't get me wrong, managing a bookstore has been a lifelong dream of mine, and I do love Christmas. The problem is Alex Denverton opening the door with that smoldering look on his face. I never expected to see him again after breaking his heart, let alone live next door to the guy. Yet, here I am in this giant Christmas pickle. Now, all I want for Christmas is a second chance with him. Surely that isn't too much to ask for, is it? With my luck, I'm not getting my hopes up. So that sounds so good. And let's see here. And if I didn't tell you, this is by Sophie Lee Robbins. So that sounds so good. How good does that sound? That sounds so good. It sounds like, that book sounds like I should cuddle up with a hot chocolate and just, that's what it sounds like to me. And read this book. Whew, excuse me. And read this book all night long. And it's only 240 pages, so I know I can fly through that. The next book on my list is called The Best Friend's Billionaire Brother, a Cap Rock Canyon romance. This is book 1 in the series, and this is by Bree Livingston. And the overview says, she'd love him forever. He's been too blind to notice. When Gabby Fredericks returns home for the holidays, she's not expecting her best friend's brother and her ex-crush, Wyatt West, to meet her at the airport. It's been 5 years and she's over him. Only her heart hasn't gotten the message. Wyatt is taller, more rugged, and even better looking than when she left home, and he'll never be hers. Wyatt West can't believe how much Gabby has changed since he last saw her. He's always considered her an extra little sister and off limits. But now the feelings he's having aren't brotherly at all. Between his uncertain future in the rodeo and struggling with his growing feelings for Gabby, his plans for a restful holiday have vanished. It'll take more than a little mistletoe for these two hearts to come together. Eee, that sounds so good. And I'm pretty sure this is a cowboy. Yes, it is. It is a Western frontier romance, which I have never read before. Also clean, if I have not mentioned that already. So that is gonna be so good. So good. And the last book on my list is actually the third book in a series, and it is Starting Over. It's the third book in the Withered Rose series by Felicity Elaine. And oh my gosh, guys, this is a Christian. It's listed as a Christian romantic suspense mafia romance, but this is like some dark romance stuff. This is some dark romance stuff, but it's crazy that they call it a Christian romance. It is Christian. There is faith-based stuff in it. I'm not gonna lie to you, there is. But the first, I'm in the second book. I'm reading the second book right now, and when I tell you, this book is messy. The two main characters are toxic, and there is explicit content in this book. This is not a clean book. Just because it says it's Christian does not mean it is clean. No, there is some explicit content in this book that is described and stuff like that, but it is in the confines of marriage. So if you guys don't really care about explicit content in the book, but you do care about how it's presented in a Christian way, then this book would be for you. It is on the darker side. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so surprised when I found out there was so much explicit content, and it was explicit. But I am doing a whole vlog on me reading the first book and maybe even the second book too, because I'm literally reading the second book now. But yes, that'll be in my summary of the in my vlog summary, so that'll be a whole different video for another day. But that is everything that I have for you guys today. If you guys are reading any of these books, let me know. If you guys want, what are you guys reading? First of all, I want to know what you guys are reading. What is your winter TBR looking like? I would love to know. What kind of cozy, are you guys reading cozy mysteries in the winter? Are you guys reading Christmas novels, Christmas rom-coms? Like, what are we reading? Like, give me up on game. Give me up on game, please. Thank you guys. Thank you. I love you. Mwah. But anyways, guys, I love you, but Jesus loves you so, so, so much more. And I will see you guys hopefully next Wednesday for the next video. I love you. Bye.
I'm on on my way to meet you. We gotta talk, you know. All these trials and tribulations got me tired.